Alright, it's time to do this thing again. I did. I had Rice Krispies with blackberries for breakfast. Hello, Bo. Hello, Elvis. Hello, Candy. Hope everyone's doing well. It's time to go back to kitchen. It's time to go back to kitchen. It's time to go back to scuffed kitchen. But yeah, I actually already preemptively started doing some of the work on this. I started boiling some water because I will say one of the grossest things I need to do for this recipe, I need to boil chicken, which is gross to me. I literally have to boil a 3 chicken breasts. Not even boil, it's like poach them, because it's like I get the water to boiling, I toss the chicken in, I get it to boiling again, I kill the heat, I cover it, I let it sit there for a half hour. Now, it's fine. It's just kind of like a. The concept is just gross to me. Oh, thank goodness, Tess. Thank goodness. Did I bring them in here? I thought I did. One moment. I thought I brought them in here. That's on me. Tess, I hope you're doing well today as we give you some delicious. It said the reward was new. It's not that it's new. I turned it back on because I didn't have it on yesterday because I said my tummy wasn't feeling well yesterday. So, yeah.
Others.
Okay, Buster. Thank you for the resub, buddy. I could barely hear that audio alert. Jesus, that was so quiet. I'm not a unit. I'm doughy, if that's what you mean. Some crickets for Tess. I should get some water too. Only because these boyos tend to be dry. That's better.
They pushed me out and paced me.
Oh. I figured out the issue. I had the volume in the toilet on my end. That's on me. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Chat back again. I'm not. I am not even 6 foot tall. I'm only 5'11". I'm actually not that tall. I am big in terms of circumference. Height, I am not big. Yeah, it also looks like I'm tall too because of the way the camera's angled too, because it's slightly tilted back because I work with what I have. And it's the only option I have. So, as the stream title obviously notes, I'm only 5'11", that inch makes all the... You know what the worst part is, Buster? For some people it does. I know there are some people that are very particular about height. I don't care, honestly. I'm like, I'm under 6 feet. Okay, I'm under 6 feet. I'm not losing sleep over it. Have an autograph. But yeah, today we are making buffalo chicken dip. We are also... we are making homemade pita chips. Now, when I say they're homemade, I mean I'm chopping up pita and baking it for a few minutes because, why not? You know what the worst part is? We do actually have legit pita chips in the house. Like, ugh. We have a giant-ass bag of Stacy's pita chips, but they are unopened right now. So, and also not for nothing, it makes it a little bit longer of a stream if I actually have to cut up some pita and bake it for a few minutes. I am not. Cheeps. You're chopping up pita. Pita the horse is here. But yeah, they're making buffalo chicken dip. You know what the weird thing is? I looked up the recipe for buffalo chicken dip, and this actually struck me, and I didn't realize this. Buffalo chicken dip has no blue cheese in it. It actually shocked me. I'm like, you don't have blue cheese in this recipe? Every recipe I found, it is cheddar and mozzarella. That's it. I'm like, huh. I'm sure there might be a variant out there that has blue cheese in it. But I even looked at it, I'm like, that doesn't seem right to me. But it is what it is. We'll try it, we'll see how it goes. I think the whole thing with buffalo chicken dip too, it's meant to more accentuate the buffalo sauce flavor and cheesiness. So, Bo, enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk, buddy. But first and foremost, because that water is already boiling, chicken. Let's get our chicken out, and let's just pat these suckers dry. I never wash the chicken, but I do tend to just pat it off, because I also, these guys, because they're vacuum sealed, they tend to sit in a lot of juice. So, blue cheese would be strong when I had chicken dip and buffaloes. Yeah, I could say, but here's the thing though, for me, I like blue cheese, so for me that wouldn't be the end of the world. But I do get from the perspective of, if you're making buffalo chicken dip, the blue cheese isn't the front and center star. It's more meant to be like the accoutrement that goes with it. You actually grab the trash can and bring it over here just for sake of ease on my end. All right. I always forget, actually, hold on. I always forget I need to clip the trash bag on our trash can when I do the cooking streams, because it's the trash can we have it in. It has it such that like it doesn't collapse when the bag's in there, but the moment you take it out, it's like, nah, I'm gonna collapse. I'm like, okay. So let me throw a few bag clips on this just to keep it from fully falling in on itself. But I hope everyone's having a good Saturday for themselves. I woke up pretty early because I had to go buy green onions because my grocery store didn't carry them, which was confusing yesterday when I went there, and it's like, we don't have green onions. I'm like, and they didn't even have an area where they clearly would have kept green onions, which confused me even more. Because, you know, if you go to the grocery store and it's like, okay, maybe they're out, that's one thing. There was not a single area in the produce section that was like, hey, we might have carried them here, which confused me so very much. Yeah. I will say, the one thing that always irks me about chicken, I do not like the texture of raw chicken. It kind of just skeeves me out a little bit because it's just so fleshy. All right, let's pat these dry. Let's tilt these down. We're just going to pat these guys dry just to kind of get some of the zhuzh off of it, for lack of a better term. Also, always like to inspect too, just to make sure there's no odd like veins or like huge hunks of cartilage that got missed. And it actually looks like we're pretty good on these guys, which is nice. Here, let me wash my hands now that there's raw chicken all over them. All right. Use a dish soap because I'm just gonna strip off the whole layer of skin. I'll tell you what, during the pandemic, when the pandemic first started, the number of times that I basically, I don't like slime. Fun fact. Fun fact. I do not like slime. All right, let's get our pot off. That is. Turn that on. All right, and let's get our chicken in there. You're not gonna be able to see this because this is like to the side of the camera, but you can see chicken. You guys are gonna go in there. Hopefully this just kind of stays. That immediate color of white that they turn when you toss them in there is vile to me. Like, it just straight up goes white. Like, hold on, let me actually see if I can tilt the camera just a little bit. Like, bruh, that looks disgusting. It is just not. It's not good. It's not good, is what I'm saying. But yeah, we got to get that back to a boil, and then what we'll do is we'll put the lid on it, and then we'll let it basically poach for about 25 minutes. It says poach. It's basically, I think, just like it needs to just chill in hot water for a few. But I got to get it back up to a boil again, and then we can start working on our actual dip itself, because the dip is all going to be happening in this pot right here. All right, let's see. Gotta get some bowls out for myself. Bowls. But yeah, last night that co-working stream was fun last night. I did enjoy doing that. Maybe I will do that again in the future if I ever feel like I am woefully behind in my work, because it does happen occasionally. And I need you boys to get back to a boil again. But yeah. Anyone got any good plans for the weekend? Beyond this, I'm not doing it. I shouldn't say that. After this, I'm going to help Bionic Bot build a bed at their new house. So I'm going to go over and do furniture building after this. Happy or not, I'm just happy I'm not. I mean, fair. That's kind of where I'm at right now too. Some days, it's like, you at work? No, I'm happy then. The only other thing I got planned for myself this weekend, I think I'm gonna start Cattle Country this weekend. That's a new game I'm reviewing for Gamer Social Club, and it's launching on the 27th of May. Going out for drinks later tonight. Ooh, nice. I don't think I have ever gone out at this current job for drinks with work friends, ever. It's just like, I like getting along with my coworkers. I don't really want to see you guys outside of the context of work, honestly. I don't know. That's kind of how, I mean, the only people I've ever done that with is my last job. There were a few of us that would occasionally get together for like lunch, brunch, after basically all of us stopped working at our organization. But even that's kind of fallen by the wayside, because I mean, I'm the only one that doesn't have kids in that equation. So they all have kids. So they're like, oh, you know, so-and-so's doing soccer or sports or some kind of like thing at school. So they're basically, their weekends are spoken for with children's activities. We're almost... You know what the worst part is with boiling chicken too? It's the scuzz that builds up on top too. That's also pretty gross to me. You're almost back to a boil. Because the recipe did give me an out of like, oh, you can use like rotisserie chicken for this. I'm like, I'm sure it would work. I just wouldn't want to do rotisserie chicken in here, honestly. It feels like the rotisserie chicken flavor would be too strong compared to a buffalo chicken dip. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You are almost. I hate, like, I know they always say, like, you know, a wash pot never boils. I'm like, yeah, I know. I wish it did. I really, 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 really wish that it did. But yeah, once that's officially at a good boil again, we will. Actually, you know what we could probably start doing? We could probably start getting some like cold ingredients out of the fridge. I bought sour cream. Where the hell is it? There it is. I'm like looking around for. I'm like, where are you? I know you're in here. Who did I miss? Less Than Jake. Less Than Jake is still making music, Lars. I've seen them in the past few years. It's lies. I watched Boiling Pot yesterday. Fridge tour? Sure. Let me see if I can get the camera to actually stretch that far. I might be able to. Hold on. Apologies for any of you who have motion sickness issues. Hold on. Let me... It's a beautiful angle. Okay. I think we can make this work. Okay, we got some guacamole, some eggs, some Kirkland egg bites, leftovers from yesterday, bread, cold brew coffee, milk, Greek yogurt. Then we got the door, creamer, chocolate milk. Yeah, good shit. Is that a foot? Yeah, it's a foot. It's totally a foot. I got a foot in the fridge. All right, and there we go. I wish this had just a little more give on the cable, honestly. You're still not at a boil yet, which is kind of annoying. Actually, the freezer is right now. Frozen blueberries, frozen salmon, veggie burgers, dumplings, 2 pie crusts, more frozen veggies, and I think some chicken breast in there too. I don't try to keep much in the freezer because I'm not good about using it. I kind of toss things in there, forget that they're in there, and then realize, oh, I bought this a year ago. So I tend not to buy stuff that I have put in the freezer, and I typically try to cook as fresh as possible if I can. And if I toss something in the freezer, I hope it lasts a long time here. So one of the first things we gotta do, we gotta chop up, or cube up, I should say, 8 ounces of cream cheese. Still not convincing enough boil for me. I mean, the thing is too, because we're just boiling it. I'm like, no, Austin, I figured for you that would be the case. I'm like, yeah, you're at work all the time. So yeah, what's the point of keeping a lot of food in the fridge if you're going to be, and especially with what you do, you're probably just going to eat at work. I mean, I'd be shocked if you didn't more than anything else. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. How cubed does this actually need to be? Well, I don't really care. I'm just gonna make it as. Ugh. Where's my crappy knife? There we go. I hate cubing cream cheese. Only because, like, it just gets stuck to your knife like this. Eh. I know that's not really the point. Like, it's really just to get it kind of just chopped up, for lack of a better term. All right, cube. Because the reality is, it's all going to get cooked down anyway. I keep a lot of dry stuff like rice and canned foods, veg, make a lot. Oh, no, that's fair. Yeah, I think I keep a lot of canned fish in the house because I am a sucker for tuna. I am a sucker for canned herring as well. Sometimes that is literally just my lunch is canned herring on like toasted like bread and maybe some mayo, and that's pretty much it. That'll be my lunch. And let me tell you, the house stinks when I do that because it just reeks of cured fish in the house afterwards. Alright. Just clean that off because I know I'm going to need it again. Put you there. You're boiling off. Cover that up. Alright, since it's just cream cheese, I'm just going to wipe this off. I'd eat that. I haven't had herring in I buy tuna. I don't eat much. The problem is sometimes it's like I'll want tuna, and then I realize I won't have an onion in the house. And I'm like, I am not just eating this plain. Out of principle, I refuse. All right. Now let's start working on... Hello, Blackheart! Candy is here-ish, drags briefcase in. What is in your briefcase, Blackheart? Dare I ask? Why you got a drag? Is it that heavy? Preheat to 350. We can do that. All right, cube cream cheese, ranch, hot sauce, black pepper, garlic powder. Perfect. All right, the nice thing is I don't have to add the chicken until later. Playing FF14, and hell yeah, Jesse. Money and power armor. Just makes a little man pickle juice. Yeah, but the thing is, Austin, I like the crunch in it is the problem, and that's a me issue. I know that. A few bobby pins and caps I offer when King play again. Jesse, honest truth, when I don't have so many games that I have to play or that I'm in the middle of, because I'm finishing up Cyberpunk, and I have at least 2 game reviews I have to do for Gamer Social Club. So I don't know when. I can't even promise it to be like, when are you going to do it again? I have no idea. All right, let's see. Cubed cream cheese is over here. 1 cup of ranch. Only the finest of wishbone ranch. I legitimately didn't care for this. I'm like, how much do I need? How much do I need? A cup? It can be wishbone. I don't care. Yeah. I haven't played in a few days. I don't mind ranch. It's just not my go-to for the most part. Like, ranch is good with veggies. That's about it. I don't think it's good with wings. Yes, I'm that person. Wings are really only buffalo sauce for me. Was it a cup of ranch I need? I think this is gonna end up using this whole container. Yum. Let's toss that in the fridge. That is... Whew. I didn't think that would be that much in there, but apparently that's how much a cup is. That is... This house is going to smell delicious. You ordered from Hero Forge before, right? I like Hero Forge, honestly. I mean, here's the thing, Austin. Are you going for a plastic 2D version of your character? Or are you going to get a full 3D print of it? Because I got a full 3D print of mine. I liked it. It was pretty good quality, and the paint job wasn't terrible. So I think it also depends, like, how intricate your stuff is that you're putting on it, too. That's my only, like, caution. I need a full cup. I need a full cup of ranch. I want a full 3D mini. Hold on.
Let me actually go see. I think it's actually right in the other room. I can actually grab mine and see if I can show it on camera. Hold on. I'm back. All right. So Austin, this is my mini that they did. It came out pretty good, honestly. That's my dwarf Thondrum. Sorry, Thondrum Laskin. He is my bard. Mine wasn't terrible, but mine also wasn't that intricate of a paint job to do. But I would imagine for others, it might be more problematic. I will say too, the other thing, the color is a little muted. It's not that bright. Like you can see, like it looks. I actually will say the camera makes it look more vibrant than it actually is. It's not actually that vibrant. It's more of a dull kind of color, which I'm fine with, honestly. All right, ranch needs to go. We're there. What else do I need? A cup of hot sauce. Okay, we learned our lesson. That one's gonna be too small. All right, and again. No, it's still great quality. I'm not complaining about it. It's just it kind of depends what you're expecting in terms of the quality. Like, is it going to be as good as if you hand painted it yourself? No. Frank's Red Hot, of course, because I mean, if you think Buffalo, I think Frank's Red Hot. Again, this is me coming from upstate New York, so that's my go-to. Is it a good hot sauce? Absolutely not. It's vinegar. It's red vinegar. I used to be able to just drink this stuff straight. I can't anymore because the amount of vinegar in here bothers my stomach so much that I can't actually eat it that much anymore. I put Frank's on my cheese sauce. Oh, yeah. No, because it's the perfect, like, it's not too aggressive in terms of heat. It's actually, despite how vinegary it is, it does have a good heat level to it as well. Like, it's just enough where it's like, it gives it some zing, but it's not like a, oh, I can't eat this, it's too hot kind of heat. That is precariously balanced there. How much is left of this? Not bad. Again, like I said, I just drink it straight. I try not to do that, but it's good stuff. What else do I need? Teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of garlic powder. We're just gonna ballpark that. All right, so what do I need to do? This at medium low? All right. But yeah. All right. You are off kilter, homeboy. There we go. That's better. But let's see. Let's get this a little warmed up for ourselves, so that way we can toss in our ranch, our cream cheese, our hot sauce, our pepper, our garlic powder. The green onion. When's the green onion go in? I do have to shred some cheese in a few. Yeah, because the only other hot sauces I really keep in the house, because I love hot sauce. My body can't do it anymore. Like, stomach-wise and mouth-wise, it's fine. It's the back door that's the problem. I'm normally incapacitated if I have really, really spicy food. Let's see. This is a new purchase, so I've started buying chili crisp for the house. I like it. It's actually really, really good on pizza. So it's kind of like a nice little oil sauce with pepper you can put on pizza. We also have Melinda's fire roasted garlic and habanero. I love this. This is also pretty good on pizza too. This is probably the hottest sauce I have in the house right now. We have the Badia, their version of sriracha. I like it. I actually think it's better than sriracha, truth be told. And then of course, the likumki sriracha. Yoshi! Yoshi was great because here, I care so much for you, idea. Raiders, welcome in. I'm King. We're talking about hot sauces and make buffalo chicken dip. Yoshi, how was the rest of the game? Did you finish? Damn, we're going right for it. Yeah. Well, welcome in as well, meets. Welcome in. Guys, go check out Yoshi. You disappeared. No, I know he did. Now you're dying with some fucking elevator. Oh, really? I know you were loving the one you're on earlier. You got another hot one now? That sucks. For those who don't know me, I'm KingOTheCask. I am a whatever I feel like stringer. We're on a little bit of a break, but we're back, and we're back to doing our cooking bullshit. And today we're making buffalo chicken dip. So look on in there, y'all. And remember, at the Kingdom of Cask, you are important, you are loved, and you matter. Who else came with the raid?
They pushed me
down
out
and
and
miss
faced me.
me. Alright. How hot are you? Hot enough? Oh, yeah, you're hot. Whew. Let's put the heat down a little bit lower. I hope everyone's doing well, though. Obviously, for anyone who came with Yoshi's raid, if you need to raid and run, get something to eat or drink, go ahead a cat or a dog, go silence the voice in your basement, as Yada always says. Feel free to lurk. We're gonna hear cooking, talking, doing the things that we normally do. And it's time to add our cream cheese to the mix. Ooh, that's too hot. I can never get a medium low heat on this stupid burner, and it's annoying as hell. Alright, let's see. Let me get the liquid in there as well. Maybe that's gonna help cut this a little bit. There we go. And oh god, it's so liquidy. There we go. There we go. And now, as a base for sauces go, this is gonna be really, really good. Alright. Alright, let's get this a little zhuzh around. Alright. Ugh. And let's get our black pepper in there. Let's get that out of the way. And about a teaspoon of garlic powder. Here's about a teaspoon. Let's get another zhuzh. Yes, guys, go check out Yoshi. Her Kazan, the first ever Kazan, and also Yoshi Con next weekend. I am drooling so much. Alright. Now, do I need to? It says to whisk this. Whisk constantly. Alright. Yeah, I think I probably should have beaten this up a little. I probably should have queued this a little bit more. But it's fine. We'll make it work. You know, maybe I shouldn't switch to a whisk. Yoshi does stuff. Yoshi does a lot of stuff. Yoshi is a good bean. A good dragon bean that we love. You gotta enjoy your daily crickets. Feel free to redeem your daily cricket cents. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. I wanna break up this stuff. But now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to move this off the burner immediately. Yoshi's interested with me a lot. I know he does. Yoshi's interested with everybody, and we love him for it. I mean, this smells heavenly for the record. It just smells like hot sauce and ranch. And I don't see any issue with that. Oh god, I'm drooling so much. It's the talking that makes it so much worse, especially when I'm leaning over. Because normally when I'm sitting up straight, it's fine. Meets, how are you doing though? How is your Saturday going so far? I hope it's going good. I heard it's very warm down where you are. I am not envious of that at all. I don't think it's supposed to be that hot here today. Let's see. Yeah, that's all dissolved, basically. I kind of want to try this just to see how it tastes so far. Let's see. Give me a spoon. Ugh. Oh god. Oh yeah, this guy. I'm definitely gonna have to buy a new one of these. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's definitely a break starting to form in this. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. I can see it forming already. No, what was the pun, Meeps? That's what oh, you made a pun, yada yada. What was the pun? I'm curious now. Let's move you off the heat. Alright, and let's flippy flop our cookum. Actually, that's not what I need. Now, you've been... How long we been on? I mean, the reality is with this chicken, as long as it's cooked through, I quite frankly don't care. Pun and context is in the friend zone. Okay, I'll check it later. I will check it later. Let's see. What are you looking like in the center right now? Poultry is, I think, 165. Says we got it at about 178 in the middle. That's 178 Fahrenheit for the non-freedom unit users. Yeah, in Celsius that would be... Sorry, the interior is about 80 Celsius. I'm just making sure the really, really thick parts are good to go on this front. Yeah, I think we're good, actually. Alright, let's get those boyos out, actually. I had to wipe the scum off of the thermometer, because of course I did. Where's my Pearson fork? Oh, it looks so gross. Oh, guys, boiled chicken looks so disgusting. Has the Buster sign of approval. Listen, the Buster sign of approval is the key. I want to just chop these in half really quickly. Well, here's the thing, Meeps. The whole thing with buffalo chicken dip is that it can't really be flavored. I mean, I guess it could be flavored, but I mean, the whole point is that it's meant to be more of a neutral flavor on the chicken. So we basically had to just boil it. The recipe said, like, oh, you can use like like a rotisserie chicken, but I'm like, even a rotisserie chicken I think is going to have too much flavor on it. No, see, for this recipe though, it works, because the whole thing is that we don't want the chicken to have flavor on its own. We want the chicken to have the flavor from the buffalo sauce and all the other things that are delicious. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to put this over there to cool off, because I got to shred this eventually, but I know it's way too hot right now to shred. Let me rephrase it. I could shred it, I shouldn't shred it. Because I would just kind of deal with the issues. And now what we got to do, though, to recreate one of my favorite memes. Cheese. Because, hi Mama Meeps, we got some sharp cheddar, and we got some mozzarella. This is soft, though. I didn't want to buy the pre-shredded stuff, because my issue with the pre-shred is that, oh, you actually won. Okay. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna make this work. But all right, let's get to shredding. No, I mean, it's fresh mozzarella, so that's what I knew this was going to be the color that it was. It's the cheddar that's going to give it all the color that it needs, and also the hot sauce too. It's going to basically look like the sauce that we just were doing. So I need my shredder. The one thing I'm going to say that I do have to invest in, this is the only cheap shredder I have. I got to invest in a box shredder. I don't like this guy anymore. He's too much of a pain in the ass to use, truth be told. You had raw chicken on you, so I really shouldn't be using you. No, that's fair. I wouldn't disagree with you on that front at all, Meeps. Alright, let's get our cheese shred. Let's tilt this down. Let's shred this boyo down. Yeah, I think a box shredder is just a hell of a lot easier to use. And this guy, honestly, he's old. Like, I can't remember when I bought this one. That's how old it is. And I know you can, I actually technically could do this in the food processor because I do have a tool that allows me to basically shred on the top of it, like feeding it through the feed. Use the shred. I've seen recipes where people do that, actually. It does work technically if you do want to really finely shred chicken. You could do it. I'm not going to, but you could. I actually want to grab myself a paper towel while I'm doing this, only because like my hands are slipping a little bit, and I'm like, I kind of want to be able to grab this and not have the cheese get all funky in the process too. It 100% had visual disease when I bought it. That's it. I couldn't tell you where. I probably bought it at Walmart, honestly, if I were to guess. Also, don't want to get the paper towel stuck in the shredding too. That's almost 2 cups actually. I'm gonna end up shredding all of it honestly because I just want to. Maybe I will save just a skosh of it. Hold on, what are we looking like right now? That's about 1.5 cups. Nonsense. Add some paper towel to the cheese. Add some British flavor. That's mean. Mean but funny, so I can't even disagree. Where's my aluminum foil? I want to be able to wrap this boyo up. Let's see. Take you. Do that. Do that. Do that. I'm gonna have to use that in the next 24 hours or so. Only because I know if I wait later, it's gonna get funky. All right. Let's get whatever cheese I shredded on the counter off. Oh, can I hold the chicken again? Yeah. Sorry, I just saw that message. Hold on a second. I gotta drain the water off the cutting board. Never mind, it's spilled on the floor. That's fine. All right, let's get this view. The delicious, if you've got a sick dog, boiled chicken. It's delicious. It's muy delicioso, as the children say. Are you too hot to put down? No, actually, I can put you right there. Yeah, like I said, it looks vile. I can't even disagree on that front. It looks disgusting. I want to rinse this off a little bit just to get, like, all of the cheddar off. Because now we got to shred the mozzarella. And the mozzarella, I know, is going to make more of a mess. It's not even a question, because the mozzarella is a very soft cheese, and shredding is going to be a pain in the ass. No. You know, we're going to have to clean you later anyway. Literally, I managed to shove a little piece of, like, cheddar into the corner on this shredder, and now it's stuck there. I'm like, oh, good. All right, so why am I saving a little bit of this? Gotcha. I was, like, looking, I'm like, why am I, like, only shredding part of this? I'm like, oh, because I literally wants me to put some on top of the thing after it's kind of been mixed, essentially. So let's get our cheese in here. I definitely shredded more cheese than I needed. It's fine. Okay, the mozzarella. Not bad. I haven't had this brand before. It's not bad, though. I'm going to put that in the fridge just to keep it cool. All right. And let's flippy flop our view again. Jim Bro special. Oh yeah, no, trust me. That is the plan with this. So whatever I don't use is going right in my mouth. Trust me, I don't think you understand. I could eat this whole ball of mozzarella on my own, no issues. I'm not going to, because I need it to cook. But I could, being the point. I just want to pat off a little bit of the moisture on it, just so that way it's not fully ripping out of my hands in the process, even though I know it's going to. I will say, shredding mozzarella, because it's a much softer cheese, is more of a pain in the butt on this kind of shredder. Like, we're gonna make it work. It just tends to just move around a lot. Because it's so soft, it tends to move around a lot. And it makes shredding just more of a pain in the ass. And it also just kind of starts to evaporate, like, fall apart in your hands, too. Kind of like what's happening right now. Saw someone genuinely argue that on TikTok. Argue what? Did I miss something? I'm curious what somebody tried to argue, and if I agree with them or not. Because like y'all know, I have some weird and fast food opinions. All right. I think this should be about, yeah, it's more than a cup. Oh. As I shove the rest in my mouth. All right. Now we got our mozzarella done as well. All right. Trying to make room for this in the fridge. There we go. If I just keep shoving in there, cupcakes aren't cake. Yeah, no. Like I said, I got bad food opinions. I know that. That seasoning is too many. What? That person's got to go back. That person's got to study their food science again. That person's really got to study their food science again, because that's not how that works. All right, I think, can I shred you? Yes, I can. No, I was thinking, I'm like, I could shred it on the shredding board, but I'm like, no, I realize I can't because I don't have a clean cutting board right now. But I also realized I need a pot or something to shred this up into. I think I'm gonna know what I have to do. How hot are your handles? Actually, you're not too bad. The one thing, because this pot is so old, is that the handles don't do a good job of like dissipating the heat on it. So sometimes if I'll grab it without pot holders, it's like burning hot. I just need like somewhere to shred this. I mean, it's still kind of hot, but it's tolerable, so I can deal with it. Alright, let's see. Let's bring you... Actually, I'm going to put the hand towel down, just so I don't keep ripping up the counter in the process of doing this. Alright. I mean, you're not going to really be able to... The raw dog and boiled too? No. Like, I'm just actually curious with this... It's chicken. That's all it tastes like. It's just boiled chicken. You know, I really say what I can really see why they said feed this to your dog if it's sick. It just tastes like nothing. It tastes like flavorless muscle, which is really what it is technically. That is. I wasn't expecting it to be good, but I was even shocked how bad it actually was. All right, let's see. I never loved shredding chicken. I just don't ever have a good way of doing it is the issue. And I know they sell like those like cute little like, not cute, but like those kind of like cheesy, like, oh, they're Wolverine's claws. I'm like, you can just use forks. However, the fork still isn't a great method of shredding chicken. I mean, ideally, what would be nice if I could just throw this into a food processor. That's the reality, what I would like to do. But I'm not getting out the food processor for the sake of it, because that's a lot of cleaning for something that, quite frankly, isn't worth all the cleaning. It doesn't even smell good. That's the worst part. It just smells like chicken, but nothing else. Like, you know what it smells like? You know, like the smell, like if you like pull like like the first time you open a rotisserie chicken container, it smells like that. It's not good. It's too much chicken. Your work is done? Hell yeah. What work were you doing? I gotta schedule all my streams. Also, what I gotta do is I gotta go to the Bionic Fox recommended one place for me to reschedule the April cooking stream that we were supposed to be cooking balls. She said there's an Italian butcher that's close to where she lives, and they do a lot of imports of stuff, but they also carry a lot of meat products too. I'm gonna go there and ask them if they can order that special for me. I also might end up just having a kid and go to a butcher, honestly, and ask if they can order for me special. Because I think the reality is most of them don't carry it. Which again, that's fine. I wasn't expecting them to. Alright. Shredded boiled chicken. Delicioso. Oh, thank you, Yoshi. Oh my god. It is roasty toasty in this kitchen right now. All right, so now, All right, now take our sauce and let's flip our view. No, I never see a soul in the pot. All right, let's see. There's gonna be so much stuff in there. This is gonna be so full. Actually, one thing I need to do beforehand, I actually need to chop up some green onions really quickly. Third of a cup, a half a cup, all right, so like 2 onions basically. I want you to know how much of an ordeal it was to go find these. I had to go to 2 different grocery stores, like I said, because apparently nobody carries green onions. Yeah, come here. Let's go hard. Where's the red mess of buffalo? Bro, I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah. Tis right. Here. That is cream cheese, Frank's Red Hot sauce, and ranch. That's where the red comes from. And honest truth, when you finish it, it actually is more of like a light pink, I have seen people who will like top it with like a drizzle of like Frank's Red Hot as well. Yup. 100% Midwestern seasoning. Back out of there. There. Just gonna wipe this off. Frank's Red Hot is like isn't a 100% in the losing battle. But again, kind of the point is that, and also because it's basically at a ratio of like 1 cup of that to 8 ounces of cream cheese to another cup of ranch. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be losing that battle regardless. Let's chop our ends off. I'm not gonna keep most of the greens. Like chop like right there. All right. Let's see if I get this thin layer off. And they always have like that one like scuzzy layer sometimes on the end that I like to get off if I can. Whoop. Might jump a little bit. I almost feel like this isn't going to be enough. I mean, I could always do like a zhuzh topping of it and be like, you know, oh, here's the rest of it kind of thing. Actually, that's about half a cup. And now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, exactly, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You remove... because it actually seems to call Normally, most recipes I've done before have called for like either like reserve like your green versus your white. I will say Meeps too. The quality of the green onions was not great at the grocery store, so I'm like, I don't want to use too much of it, only because I know if it's gonna get funky anywhere, it's gonna get funky towards the top. Yeah, they were fine. It's not like it's like I couldn't use it. It's just like I'm like, oh, come on. That's that. Okay. And our cheese. I need about a cup to go in there. Where's my cup measure? Here we go. Ba-boom. And then let's grab our. This is going to be quite the mixing. The quality of green onions is not that great. Nope, no, it is not. Like I said, I don't know if it's just like that they're off season or what it might be, but I'm like, I just could not find any at the store that I was really happy with, truth be told, which kind of sucked. Ow. One for you and one for me. Let's get our onions in there, and let's give this a good old stir. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is buffalo chicken dip, baby. Let's get you over there. All right, now what we need to do is put you into this. Oh my goodness. All right, let's ham this bad boy up. Normally I would do butter, but I'm like, because this is kind of like a savory, I'm not gonna do butter. I'm just gonna do Pam, like the original Pam. Right, there we go. And let's spoon that goodness in here. The awesome thing about this is that theoretically, if I really, really want, I can go buy some greens. And this can be also served as kind of like almost like a chicken sloppy joe. Very heavy chicken sloppy joe, but one nonetheless. Let's smooth you out. And that says to top with some more cheese. Try to use up as much as I can, just so there's not like a ton of extra cheese in the kitchen that I will end up eating. And I mean, there's gonna be leftover cheddar. Ain't no way getting around that. Listen, it's dip. That's the point. Actually, that worked out pretty well. So much cheddar cheese. All right, friends. Now that is going to the oven now. How long? 20 to 30 minutes. I think we should be at temp in here. Oh yeah, buddy boy. Let's get this in the oven. Let's not burn ourselves in the process. All right, 20. I mean, the nice thing is because it's cooked already, it's really just a, okay, we just got to heat it up kind of thing. 1254, 150, 105, 115. Okay. Friends, this is how great I am with time. I know how to tell what time it is. I went to school. I'm an adult. I know how to read. All right. Now, we've got that going. Now what we got to do, pita. Let's make our pita chips. Actually, it's nice too. I thought these guys were what you call it? I thought they were pocket ones. They are not. They're pocketless. So this actually makes this a hell of a lot easier. Pita the horse is here. That video, that girl that does it online, she does it so well. It's concerning how well she does it. All right, let's say I'm just gonna do 2. I don't want to say it, Pita. The horse is here. Whoever it is that voices Lois Griffin, she's got the New England accent down so well. Like, there's no getting around it. She really has that accent. As somebody who grew up in New England for a few years of his life, she's really got that accent down. All right, now we got a pocket lid. Is this? No, it's technically healthy pita. I literally just grabbed the first package of pita bread that I found at the store, and it was the healthy pita bread, the whole wheat kind. And because we have pita chips in the house, I'm like, all right, I'll just buy this one. All right, now what we gotta do, we gotta half it. We basically gotta get it into triangles, essentially. So we gotta do that. Put that on top. Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. Go one more. Nah, I shouldn't go one more. Just because I don't want it to like get so thin that they start to get really funky in the oven. Because we actually have to wait on these guys because I actually have to do the pita chips at like a much higher temperature. Like I have to do it at like 425 Fahrenheit, I think. All right. All right, let's get our pan out that we're gonna bake these boyos on. Pan. I mean, Yada's not raw. Whereas we have an ad break about to start. Thank you for your patience on that front. We run those ads to prevent the pre-rolls. I think I'm gonna need more than one pan for this. Oh no, it's a good one. I'm not mad at him at all. Meeps, no. Also, Meeps, I thought you had a sub. Do you not have a sub anymore? Let's see, and let's put these here. Can I get all these guys on one tray? That'd be awesome if I could. And yep, we can get them all on there. All right. Now what we gotta do is we gotta brush these boyos with some olive oil. And then we gotta put some salt and pepper on them as well. It's said to get like a za'atar for this as well. I'm like, because we're doing buffalo chicken dip, I kind of want it to be a little neutral in terms of the flavor. So I opted not to go for that this time. Also because I'm like, if I buy za'atar, I'm gonna use it once. I'm never gonna use it again. I know myself well enough to be like, I'm never gonna use this again. Let's give some brushing on our chippies. I gotta get a better brush for the kitchen. I hate this one. I hate it because it's synthetic and it doesn't work that well. Like, I know the reality is for like a cooking brush, you need one that has actual bristles and not like rubber. Again, that's a me problem. That's me cheaping out, I know. But this was also me when like I needed one in a pinch and like the only one that they had at the grocery store was like a synthetic one. I'm like, fine, whatever, it'll work. This is also just to prevent as much burning as possible on these boys. All right, and let's put a little bit of salt. And then a little bit of pepper. Ooh, Dickman. Which one? Is it hymns? I know that I see that ad a lot. I like to point out my stuff works just fine. Thank you. Yeah, there are so many of them now. I don't know if it's because it's like, oh, you're getting to that age bracket. I'm like, I'm fine. Hi, Raven. Raven getting another cricket for the day. Hell yeah. All right, let's flip these boyos over, and then we'll do that olive oil and salt and pepper for the other sides. Raven, welcome in. How is your day going? Are you looking forward to chili? I know you said you're making chili in Yoshi's chat. I get them in my 20s. There really is the assumption, like, hey, everyone's shit stops working when they're like past the age of 18, right? It's like, no. Cooking. So I ate crickets earlier. Don't worry. I don't mind if you want to redeem it. Go ahead. I have it on. My tummy's fine today, so if you want to redeem it, go ahead. They're in here. My chili's hell yeah. What do you got? What kind of chili are we making? I always like to ask because I really like chili. I don't make chili when it's warm. I try not to, just because I always equate chili with like a fall and winter food for myself. And I also know Candy has pointed to that too. She doesn't like to eat it when it's really warm, which I completely understand. Let's look that down so people can see what the hell I'm actually doing. And we're just giving this a nice little brushing of some olive oil, just to hopefully not completely scorch the bejesus out of it. If it cooks too hard, so be it, because I do want them to be a little crisp. All right, let's throw that in there because we're done with that. And again, chili is great when it's warm outside. It can be fair. Hello, babies. Sugar for? Soda? No. I haven't seen you wear the shirt in a while. Alright, these are ready to go. Now we just gotta wait for the oven to kind of fix up. Pretty traditional, but we just... Okay. That's not bad, though. The one chili I haven't made in a while, I actually do have a recipe for Cincinnati chili at my house. Not my house. I have a recipe for Cincinnati chili in my cookbook. I've made it one time. Cincinnati chili is a very divisive chili because of what's in it and also how you eat it. Because again, for those who don't know, Cincinnati chili is a more on the sweet side chili, and you eat it on spaghetti because Ohio. It is a candy cameo. Yeah, so like, it's just you know what it is, and I know people have made this comparison a lot. Cincinnati chili, a lot of people equate it to kind of like a mole kind of sauce, where it's like the chocolate, cinnamon, nutmeg, but kind of savory kind of sauce, which I do like. Trust me, sometimes when we get Mexican food, I get mole chicken because I love it. There's a place near the tourist spots that puts chili on spaghetti. It's not bad. Are you talking about Skyline chili? We never went when we went to Ohio. We were told to try it. I never did. But it's actually it's fine because most of you know Yeti Mike in our Discord. Yeti's from Ohio. Yeti makes Cincinnati chili on a pretty frequent basis whenever we have get-togethers. So trust me, we get to have it whenever we want, and it's actually probably be better than Skyline chili. But yeah, I know it says that I have to broil the buffalo chicken dip. I don't know if our broiler can actually hold what it's in. I mean, I could just throw it on the ground in there. We have one of the broilers that sits under the oven because we have gas at our house, and like, it doesn't really have a bottom per se. It's just kind of like it, and there's the floor. I'm like, I don't know if I want to put the chili on the floor. Honest truth, not the chili, the buffalo chicken dip on the floor. Maybe it's just me, but we got a few more minutes on that, like another 10 minutes or so. But yeah, right there. What's up? Yeah. Hold on, friends. I'm staring at something. Grum, how dare! Candy just pointed that out. What? I don't know why it froze. Like, that's a look. I'm not complaining. It doesn't make me look flattering in any way whatsoever. But that's a look. It does. It really looks dirty. Now that I look at it again, I'm like, oh, it looks dirty. Hold on. Let me actually snag that and toss it into our server. Hold on. That is a look. It's not a good one. It's a look though. Oh my god. I love it. Is the chicken okay? Can it be fried? Yes, the chicken is in fact okay. The chicken was killed prior to coming here. That's like my one thing. Like, I know that's always I know, and if Austin's still lurking, I know one of the biggest things with culinary schools and like culinary education is I know their big thing, and I totally get it from the perspective of cooking. You a lot of times are taught that you have to dispatch the animal yourself. I get it from the perspective of like you really need to learn where the food comes from as far as the process of how do you humanely kill it and prepare it to be cooked. I get it. I don't think I could do it. Honest truth. I know myself well enough to be like I don't think I can do it. It is what it is. It's a me problem. I know that because I know one of my good friends from college, his sister actually went to culinary school and they were taught to prepare rabbits alive. So, but I think she went to one of the French Culinary Institute schools, and I know that's their big thing is that they're very big on like, was it a rabbit or was it a lobster? I can't remember which. Something was living. I can't remember what. But yeah. But we got a few minutes until the food goes. I want to show off the awesome little thing I got at PAX East. I've always seen the company there. They sell tea tumbler brewers, but they're all D&D themed. So it has a little like steeping basket, and you plop it right in there, and you can make tea in it. And they have every single D&D class. And of course, your boy had to go with Barbarian because he's a moron sometimes. And I also just really, really like the design of it too. It's called what are they called? They're called specifically D&T. I got the Cozy Cottage. You may cast Tree Stride. It is a chamomile tea. Spearmint, chamomile, rosemary, rose petals, lavender, clove, apples, almonds, cinnamon sticks, and star anise. And that's my kind of tea. I think the top thing is I do enjoy like black tea, dark tea, like kind of like the more bitter teas. I can't have much of them because it just bothers my stomach so much. Because like not for nothing, like I have Yorkshire Gold, I have berries, I have Twillings, I have one other big one. I have Taifu as well. I have pretty much all the teas you can get in England. I can only have about one or two of them a week because they're so bitter. Let's see, how are we doing in here? You know what the worst part is? I can't even really do much cleaning right now because I have nowhere to put anything clean. That's like the one downfall whenever I do the cooking streams. Is like I can't really put anything away ever because it all has to kind of go somewhere else. Let's put you back. We'll start putting some stuff away though. Put the garlic powder away. I actually did a clean out of our cabinet recently, so I got rid of some of the spices that we have in here. I highly recommend. This is, if anyone watches Mythical Kitchen from the Good Mythical Morning channel, Tony Sachery's Creole seasoning, this is delicious. I actually do really, really like it. Oh, they're all good. Like, all the designs are really, 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 really good. And they're honestly, even for the teas that I don't like, all their tea selections are very good. Like it's like, what are you in the mood for when it comes to tea? Because even like their chai is really good smelling. They do a pumpkin tea as well, which is really good. I didn't want to get it though because I really equate like anything pumpkin. That's fall for me. I don't want pumpkin in May. No offense. Yes, Meeps. What's up? What's going on? Put that there. Put that there. Beeps, what is it? What is it? Tell the class. Why do rogues wear leather armor? I feel like there's a bad pun coming, but I don't know why. I'm just curious now. It's made of... That's a fucking good one. I like that. I really like that one, actually. That's a good one, Meeps. No, that's a good one. Put the gun away. That's a good one. I'm surprised I've never heard that one, actually, because, like, I have heard a lot of D&D ones before. That's one I've never heard, actually, which is weird, because it's pretty straightforward, actually. Put the gun down. You know what? You actually need to get cleaned, so I'm gonna toss you over there for now. So we got a few more minutes on the dip, and then we'll be able to take that. Can I actually take you off? We're gonna put you over here, to off the countertop. I'm actually gonna swing you there. I'm gonna put you there, because then when we could take the actual dip out, we can put it over here. This should be, yeah, it's cool enough. I like how there's me just like, if you cut to stream and you just see me with my hand on the burner, like, he's fine, right? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go with that. Knock on wood, I have not burned myself recently. So, let's see. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I finally reached my food limit. So, you know how I pretty much say I can eat anything and really have no issues with it? I reached my limit, and it's actually kind of what I thought might be my limit. So we have a Costco membership now. Costco sells soft dried durian. For those who don't know, durian is from Southeast Asia. It comes in a giant spiked, basically cannonball shell. Yeah, it doesn't smell great. It's actually a lot of places in like public transit, public places, you actually cannot have it because it smells so bad. But this is dried and packaged. I tried it. I can't do it. It's too weird of a flavor going on in my mouth. It's sweet, but oniony and garlicky and kind of funky. Oh, I know it is. I know it's literally bad. Even like right now. Yeah, this smell is hard to describe. Like, there's no great way to describe what the smell is of it. It's like, yeah, I know some people have equated like fresh kind to kind of like the consistency of like an orange, but kind of like onion flavored. It's not. I want to like it. That's the worst part. I want to be able to say I like durian. We have a BJ's membership. We didn't have a BJ membership, but Candy's parents had a BJ's membership, which consequently means we had a BJ's membership. I actually, not for nothing, I actually prefer Costco because I've been to both of them now. I'm like, I actually prefer Costco. Also, not for nothing, Costco has a much better track record staying with DEI stuff than BJ's does, truth be told. So that's also why I'm willing to support them. Like, oh, you guys actually give a shit about people, which is nice. Let's see, I think we're just about ready to scoop that out. Now, I don't really want to have to broil this, only because I think it might take too long. No, that's not. I also get it too from the perspective of like, there's not a ton of them across the country, so it's kind of like sometimes you're at the whims of like who's local to you. We're just lucky where we are that you have all the options. If you want to go to BJ's, there's a BJ's. You want to go to a Costco, there's multiple Costco's. You want to go to Sam's Club, there's at least a couple Sam's Club in this area. Really, it just depends on what do you want as far as like what business do you want to support. Now, let's see. I want to check something. Can I actually put you in here and get you out easily is the problem. I guess I could. Ooh, that looks delicious. So, whew, had a little bit of sweat on my knees and I just slipped. Oh. All right, let's take you out. But just so you guys get a little bit of a precursor of what's going on, that's what it looks like right now. Let's actually flip the camera view. But also, yes. All right, now my curiosity is, can I get this in here without burning myself? Ow. Okay. And I think we have to have that in there for, I think, what did it say? Broil 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Yes, BJ's a whole. Yeah, it's exactly it. Like BJ's has their own. Every one of the big box, like those big box places, has their own brand essentially. So it's like, but everyone knows Costco's Kirkland brand. Sam's Club is just Sam's Club, I think, and BJ's I don't know what their store brand is actually. Really? Huh. I also wonder if BJ's isn't as big on the West Coast, maybe that's why. Wellesley Farms, okay, I honestly could not remember for the life of me. Like, I know they have a store brand, just couldn't tell you what it was, honest truth. Ugh. Okay. I think we probably broiled enough, so let's reset our oven. I don't want to broil it too much, only because I don't want to gamble on, like, being able to get it out easily. That's the wrong thing to open. All right. Can I get you out and not burn myself? Oh, okay. Buffalo chicken dip. Is it East Coast only? Okay. My goodness, that's a lot of grease. I mean, I knew it was gonna be, but god damn. I will bring BJ's to the East Coast if it's the last thing I do. Oh boy. Oh, I love it. All right, what are you at right now? All right, we gotta let that boyo heat up a little bit more. Also, I've actually never shown you guys this. So, Miss Render Penguin got this for me after our last D&D campaign. It's a tea towel. And it just says sheep happens. Because my character raised a bunch of sheep that could sing. Because of course he did. It was also my barbarian, fun fact too. But this is like a decorative tea. This is like I have this tea towel, I don't use it kind of tea towel. Because it's too pretty. I don't like using tea towels that are like nice, because then they get destroyed and they look like shit. And then I feel bad, but I know the point of a tea towel is to be used. But I still don't like using them. So I end up just buying a shitload of cheap, shitty towels instead. And there's a Leo cameo as well. Hold on, let's see. Leo. Hi. Ugh. But yeah, so now we gotta wait for the oven to get up to temp, and I think we only gotta toss the pita chips in there for like 5 minutes, honestly. Because it's gotta get to 425, so it's gonna be nice and crispy. And again, if it fucks up, we have pita chips here, so no harm, no foul if it's not good. But yeah, it's warm as hell in this kitchen right now. I am gonna say that much too. But I knew it was gonna be. I have the oven going. I have the broiler going. It's gonna be warm in here. My God, there's so much grease on the top of that. I actually want to see. Can I sop up just a little bit of that grease? Just a little bit. Woo! My God. Like, I just want to get a little bit. I don't want all of it, just a little bit. Like, I know what I'm eating. I know it's basically just cheese and cream cheese and chicken and hot sauce and ranch. I get that. However, my tummy does have limits sometimes. Not many. Oh, no. We're fine. Eh. It's actually... No, I can't touch it yet, but... So take these off. Put these here. Put this here as well. What is it, Bubba's? Go over there. You got your vet appointment on Tuesday. Let's see. What are we at temperature-wise? We can start tossing these guys in here. How hot are you? You're not that bad. I know the tough thing is with using this oven too is that because it's a gas oven, it tends the whole top of it gets hot while I'm cooking. Hi, Render. I'm making buffalo chicken dip. Ta-da! And I'm making pita chips right now. It's gonna be good. Render, I was showing off your the tea towel you got me after our last D&D campaign. How is Miss Render doing today? Everyone say hi to Mrs. Clamps. But yeah, it's warm as hell in this kitchen. But Brenda, I hope you're having a good weekend for yourself. Yes, I jokingly said I'm like I don't actually use it. It's just decorative because I don't want to ruin it. So it literally just hangs on our oven. I'm like, it's pretty. It gets to sit there and be a feature in the kitchen, but it's never going to get used to clean up anything unless it's an absolute emergency. And I normally have a lot of spare utility towels for that. Oh, but yeah, we're just finishing up our pita chips, and then we'll be done. You can tell I'm very warm right now. Again, the tough thing is we've just hit the time of year where in the mornings it's normally fine. The moment it hits like midday, it starts to get pretty warm pretty quickly. Also, having the window open probably doesn't help, but I gotta give the plants some light so they can live. I want these bastards to live, even though one of them is not. I mean, he's not doing great. This is I've had him for a while. Let's see if I can show the camera view. I think it's called a hen and something. It's a little succulent. The whole bottom half is just dead. I actually already have somebody in mind because I'm actually raiding Candy afterwards. Because I do not normally get to raid my wife. No, it's okay. It's okay. But that might be a rec for Candy later if they're still on. So I do not know how long Candy is. I think Candy is very much left ambiguous how long she's going to stream tonight because we're not doing anything tonight. And like I said, I'm going to go help Bionic Fox build a bed later. So I'm not really in a rush to do anything later tonight. Okay. I would say let Candy know. Also, though, Meeps, you can drop their link in chat if you want, just to kind of say that. Candy, you still have a good 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm not ending in the next 30 seconds. I feel like I know that username. They might have come up on my recommendeds before. Yeah, go check them out if you want to do the supporting of the charity that they're fundraising for. Oh, they're doing an art stream. Nice. I'm curious if they pal around with somebody else that I know. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. Oh, they know Pikachu. Okay. That's why. I feel like I've seen that before, and I know Pikachu. I don't know Pikachu, but I know the name Pikachu. I bet if you suck like that, you might be able to trim them. Yeah. The problem is that that's one of the last succulents I have from that batch. All the other ones did not live. Cactuses, though, I'm fine. Again, these boyos are. This is actually an IKEA cactus. IKEA sells plants. I've had this guy for a couple of years now. He's doing well. Pikachu, yeah. I think that's her name. Do I know them? I feel like I know them, Pikachu, through Candy. Or also, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Maybe there's somebody else that has a very comparable username. I don't know. That might be why. I think there's somebody else that I know that has a... Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I have that guy. I have this little dude. I actually named them all because I have an app that helps keep track of planting for me. I think he is called... What the fuck are you called again? I don't remember what all of them are called. Hold on, I can actually tell you guys right now. So, the app is called Greg, if you're curious. So he is called... She's just called Ladybird. So she's Ladybird. Actually, the funny thing is the other cactus I showed you, this one used to be doing miserably, and I literally named it Struggle 2 Electric Boogaloo, because this thing was not doing well, maybe like a half a year ago. So I definitely didn't think it was going to live. The other one that I just showed you, the hens and chicks, that's called Struggle Bus, because that one's never been doing well. And this is Barry the Barrel Cactus. I think he's got some weird funkiness going on, because you guys can kind of see he's like partially one color, partially the other color, and his bottom half never looks great is the issue. But I mean, he's still alive. He's still living. And then I have my Leaf Erickson in my office. That's my cast iron plant. He's gigantic though. Again, I'm very limited on what plants I can keep in the house because we have Leo. So all the little baby ones I can do, I keep. So let's see how we doing in here. Ooh, they crisped up already. How crispy are you, though? Wanna... Oh. Are you guys crispy enough to make a chip? Oh, yeah, you are. All right. Switch the cooking view. And we also have pita chips. Homemade pita chips. They're totally homemade. Can't you tell? All right, now what we gotta do is do a little serving of some of these. Now this is gonna be a gigantic mess serving this out of here. I already know. Woo. So greasy. It's so greasy. But I gotta get my picture for the VOD that I'm gonna inevitably post at some point. Oh, I kind of wish I had a little bit more green onion because I was gonna sprinkle a little bit on the top. Actually, can I just like lop off a little portion of you? Ugh. Let's see. Ow. Let's just bandage this boyo back up. I kind of want to just throw like a few little odds and ends on top. Also want to trim these guys down, just because the ends are just kind of like meh. There we go. Perfect. Pretty. Ta-da. We have buffalo chicken dip and pita chips. Homemade pita chips. I'm going to keep saying that until it sticks. Let's get our picture. Let's actually do a long boy one. All right. Perfect. Now we got to try it. That's buffalo chicken dip. Miss Candy Bomb, would you like some? Oh God. It's a just big ass piece of chicken. These might be a little cooler. Is it candy? Cream cheese, ranch, Frank's Red Hot, green onions, and chicken. Or mozzarella and cheddar. Good. It's very greasy. I know. There's some of the pieces of chicken are kind of big in there. Hello, Gloom. Enjoy your daily protein. Made buffalo chicken dip. It's good stuff. Bloom is a Bloomix bestie as well. Yeah. Big or small? Boy. This will probably be my lunch. Thank you, Meeps. Uh-huh. Hello. Welcome in, Gloom. Yeah, we made some buffalo chicken dip today. And pita, well, homemade pita chips. And by homemade, I mean I chopped them up, store-bought ones, and baked them. It's good stuff, though. I'm glad I'm back to the cooking streams again. Now we just gotta figure out what we're doing next month, and then the rest of the summer. Because the one thing about the summer streams, I'll have to do them early because of how hot it gets in our apartment, and I don't want to be dying all day. Food's good. Meeps. You mean I can't be like Walter White and make crystal meth on stream? Come on. I kid. That's not a bad idea. What haven't I made? Only one time. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've made gazpacho before. I could make it again. I mean, there's also any breakfast cooking ones I could do. I could start those early, so that way it's like it's not too hot, and it's basically going to be my breakfast. So, because I do have at least one or two other breakfast cooking streams to do. Because I know I said I wanted to do an American breakfast cooking stream because we did the British. So why not do the American one? I've had some of them. I know that the term salad is very generous. I will say the one that has the Snickers in it, that's actually really good. I think it's like Snickers, mint. That one's, yeah. Some of them aren't bad. They're a little weird, but they're not bad. I've had that one. I've had Watergate salad, which I think Watergate salad is the one that has shredded carrots in it. It's an acquired taste. And I know there was one other one I've tried too. All I know is because Yeti Mike is from the Midwest. One of his birthdays, his roommate, he did 3 different kinds of like the Midwestern salads because his roommate is also. He's not originally from the Midwest. He's originally from California, but he spent a good number of years in Oklahoma for grad school. So he's like, I'm well accustomed with how weird these salads are. Waldorf salads. I don't remember what's in Waldorf salad meats. Do you remember? And I've never heard of frog eye salad. If I were to guess, frog eye salad probably has either grapes or olives in it. But I could be wrong. Yeah, all the salads are very odd. I know there's actually one guy I follow on TikTok. Frog Eye has salad and acini di pepe. So like, couscous. Okay, that's interesting. I don't disapprove. That's just interesting. Yeah, that's an odd one. I know there was one. There's a guy I follow on TikTok, and I think it's actually really cool. What he does is he basically does, I'm eating like a U.S. president for the day. So what he does is he goes to the research and history of like, what did each U.S. president normally eat for their meals? And one of the ones he did recently was one of Mary Todd's favorite meals. Beef tongue aspic. So literally sliced beef tongue in aspic. It looked disgusting. And here's the thing. I like beef tongue. I don't know if I want it in Jell-O form, though. You're eating a U.S. president today? What are you eating? Oh, eat the rich. Got it. I love it. I was really confused for a minute. Help us. I'm like, what are you eating? Well, yeah, I'm all for eating the rich, too. Yeah. That was good. No, his recipes are good. I think one of my favorite ones he did, I think he did Teddy Roosevelt's, and I think he said Teddy Roosevelt typically drank about 12 cups of coffee a day. So he's like, I was jittering out of my skin all day because all I was doing was drinking coffee. Walnuts, grapes, apples, celery, and mayonnaise. The lettuce leaf throws me off. That lettuce leaf is like, why? Everything else about that I actually mess with, only because I know in... No, it was my music. I know in celery, whenever you tend to toss it in like something that's a little more sweet, it tends to kind of lose all its flavor and just retain the crunch, which I'm actually cool with. But I mean, honestly, at that point, just use rhubarb then. I mean, I like rhubarb. That's me. That's a personal preference. Hell, I have like a strawberry rhubarb preserves in the fridge right now because I like rhubarb. So, why? Why does this need to be a thing? That's exactly always the question. Why does it need to be a thing? I don't know. I never know, though. Oh, excuse me. Oh, but why not? Thank you, Red. It really is one of the better ones, honestly. It really, really is. But, I'm just doing something on my computer really quickly. But, those were... No, the vintage... Hear me out. Go on. Go on. Oh, the weird, like, bananas wrapped in laundry. I've seen that one. It probably isn't terrible. It probably is just, like, you kind of have to wrap your head around it. Because I think, isn't it, like, banana, ham, and the hollandaise sauce? Like, it could work? I don't know how well it would work, but it could work, theoretically. I feel like rhubarb pie is a more East Coast thing. I don't know. Oh, no. That was exactly it. It was literally to preserve, like, it was because of war rationing and to save money. I totally get why it's done. That doesn't mean it's good. We'll think about it. You gotta eat your banana the proper way. You gotta eat it like a corn on the cob. I watched that video on TikTok. That was a weird period on TikTok where that was a thing. So there was like one of those like it was meant to be one of those like, wake up early and grind kind of videos. So it was this like guy who was basically showing his morning routine, and it was him getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to start his day. And one of the things he did was like, I think he did a face wash in like this like really fancy bottled water. I think a lot of it was meant to be tongue in cheek, but he grabbed a banana and not like eating it like you normally would, where you would just put the tip in. Don't take that out of context. He ate it like it was like corn on the cob. Like he nibbled it from the sides. I'm like, just put it in your mouth. It's fine. It's a banana. I know. I kind of want to go see if I can find the original one, because so many people on TikTok made fun of it as a result of it, and it was hilarious because there's one guy I follow on TikTok. Some of you might have seen him. He is the guy who dresses up like a mime, but has people do painful things to him, and he has to retain mime character while it's being done to him. But he also does other videos where he's not in that character. And one of the things he did was he did a parody of that like early grind mindset, but it was him waking up at like 11 o'clock in the morning and like doing nothing, and like he's starting his day swigging like, flat Red Bull because that was like his mentality of like, this is how I live my life kind of thing, jokingly. So But yeah, I think I actually don't have another cooking stream on the calendar because I gotta go through my recipe. Because the tough thing is, I always like to do these recipes that I cook on stream as like kind of things I've never cooked before. The tough thing is, a lot of things that I want to cook take 9 to 10 hours sometimes. I actually do have spring rolls on the recipe, so I could look into that. Spring rolls. There's other cold stuff I know. It also, again, too, if I start early in the morning, it's fine, because normally it's not that bad at 9 o'clock in the morning. It just happens to be when I'm running the oven and 2 burners on the stovetop. It just gets hot in here, honest truth. Not very heat-causing, and also... That's very true, they are. And honestly, I can buy all the ingredients because we're near a Korean grocery store, so I know they sell spring roll wrappers. I've actually never used them. I know it's a lot of soaking in water. That's what I know you do have to do with them. Whew. But, yeah. I think that is where we're going to wrap up for the day, because I have seen my beautiful blushing bride has also started her stream. But friends, thank you so much for hanging out. Big thank you to Mr. Deathlord Yoshi for raiding earlier and sharing his community over here. I'm going to give Yoshi one more shout out. Go check out Yoshi. Yoshi's doing YoshiCon next weekend, so join his Discord as well. There's going to be events all weekend. It's kind of a celebration of his birthday and kind of just doing some stuff in his Discord as well, so it should be a good time. YoshiCon, exactly. And friends, sharing his mod as well. And his mod as well, because it was also Yada's birthday next week as well, it's my understanding. So friends, as I said earlier, we're gonna go raid my wife. We're gonna raid Mrs. Candy Bomb. So we're gonna go show her some love. Yoshi's, not mine. I thought Yada, your birthday isn't next week as well. Your birthday's not coming up. I thought it was. Thank you for hanging out, Gloom. I hope to be able to, I know you're, because I believe, Gloom, remind me, I think you're across the pond, are you not? I always want to be able to catch your streams. I know sometimes it's early in the morning and I can't always catch them. But we'll be back on Monday with, I don't know what yet, because like I've said, I'm kind of a little done with Honkai right now because of how boring the story has been. So we'll see. I'm gonna figure it out tomorrow when I make up my schedule. But go show Candy some love. And with that being said, friends, go check me out on the socials, on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Check out my articles at Gamer Social Club. Buy yourself an Udi if you want. I have to update the command because it's not winter anymore. It's May, and it's going to be June in 2 weeks. And with that being said, friends, no matter where you are in this big and beautiful wide world, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful evening, and a beautiful night. And I will catch you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.